Hello and welcome back to the Dr. Brooke Scheller Show. I'm so glad you're here. And today we're connecting three things that you might struggle with: anxiety, cravings, and blood sugar highs and lows. Now, you might be thinking, I have anxiety, I get cravings, but I don't know about blood sugar. So let's dive into this because it may be one of the key pieces that is holding you back from feeling better. Now, as a doctor of clinical nutrition, I see patients who use alcohol, sugar, and other comfort foods to manage feelings like anxiety. But often the root cause is right here in blood sugar dysregulation. So today we're going to break down this powerful three-way connection and give you the nutrition insights that you need in order to stabilize it. Now let's understand what I like to call the roller coaster effect. When you eat a highly refined carbohydrate or sugary food, your glucose levels spike, your pancreas releases insulin to usher that glucose into the cell. But these quick forms of glucose will also lead to a rapid drop in blood sugar. And anytime this occurs, or you go too long without having something to eat, this is interpreted by your body as a stress emergency. In response, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones trigger the release of stored glucose to bring your blood sugar back up to a normal level. Now, when these stress hormones are released, it can cause the exact same physical symptoms of anxiety, irritability, moodiness, and even fatigue. So this is where the cravings come in. When your blood sugar crashes and you feel that surge of anxiety or irritability, your brain is wired to seek the fastest available form of glucose to calm the panic. So even if nothing stressful is happening externally, your internal blood chemistry is setting off an alarm. You're now feeling anxious, you're feeling irritable, you're feeling unstable, and your brain is going to look for a quick fix to get this blood sugar back to normal. Now, alcohol is going to introduce some sugar, some carbs, some calories, and they require very little digestion before they hit your bloodstream. So when you drink, it provides that rapid glucose rush that is going to temporarily stop the stress response, creating that powerful reinforcement cycle. Now, temporarily is the key word there. So the sequence looks like this: blood sugar crash, anxiety and adrenaline, craving sugar and alcohol, temporary relief. Now, this cycle teaches your brain that alcohol is the solution to your anxiety, when in fact, the anxiety was created by the original blood sugar instability. But the relief is short-lived. That alcohol-induced spike inevitably leads to another even deeper crash hours later, often disrupting sleep and leading to that rebound anxiety the next morning. It's a vicious cycle that keeps us feeling perpetually dependent on these quick fixes to feel better. Now, the key to breaking this cycle is not about willpower, but supporting our body's biochemistry. We need to stabilize that blood sugar. And this is also what happens for many people around that 5 o'clock wine craving, happy hour craving, when it starts to set in. As a clinical nutritionist, my focus is always on using food and key nutrients to create a blood sugar emergency plan. Now, tip number 1, proteins and healthy fats are your friend. You never want to eat carbohydrates by themselves. Every meal and snack should contain a substantial source of protein and healthy fats. These are going to significantly slow the digestion and absorption of glucose. So instead of that sharp spike, you're going to get a more gentle, sustained curve. So think about choosing things like eggs and avocado rather than a piece of toast with jam. A handful of nuts is going to be a better option than a handful of pretzels. Now, this is your number 1 defense against the blood sugar crash to begin with. Now, in a world promoting fasting, I'm suggesting the opposite. I find that having something to eat every few hours can actually help with stabilizing mood, keeping cravings more stable, and energy more stable throughout the day. So I suggest having something to eat every 3 to 4 hours, starting with breakfast within 1 hour of waking up. Now, this is going to help keep cortisol and blood sugar more cool, calm, and collected throughout the day. I also find this to be especially important when you are new on an alcohol-free or alcohol reduction journey. And tip number 3 is to fiber load before bed. Now, many people experience morning blood sugar irregularities. So eating a source of slow digesting fiber, like veggies or fruits with dinner, or adding a scoop of psyllium husk or another fiber supplement before bed can actually keep glucose levels more steady overnight, reducing that morning anxiety and the urgency of that first craving. There are also many supplements that can be used to help with cravings. In addition to blood sugar regulators like chromium and berberine, I like to use amino acids, things like L-glutamine for more straightforward cravings, and L-theanine for more anxiety-driven cravings and stressors. Now, don't mistake a blood sugar crash for an anxiety disorder or a moral failing. It is a biochemical emergency. But by stabilizing your glucose, you literally remove the physical trigger for your anxiety and the subsequent cravings. So when in doubt, I say, have something to eat. If you're anxious, if you're craving, if you're falling asleep, you probably need some food. Now, if this show is helping you better understand your body, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And your action step from this video is for the next 3 days, I want you to ensure that your breakfast has between 20 and 30 grams of protein and a healthy source of fat. I want you to pay attention and notice how much more stable your energy and mood are by mid-morning and the early afternoon. And if you want to learn more about applying these principles to your lifestyle, you can also check out my programs at brookscheller.com. And I'll see you in the next episode.